This was the greatest card of all time. UFC 317 delivered. It delivered. Dana White, thank you for blessing us with this amazing card. Ilya Taporia, this guy right here. Yeah, this guy right here is the GOAT. This guy right here is the GOAT. Islam, stop running away from this man. Or you know what? Run as fast as you can before this man decides to move up to fight you. But another person we're gonna talk about. My Pookie Bear, Joshua Van, did it. If you haven't seen my Joshua Van video, I said he was gonna win, and he did it. Sadly, he's going up against Pantoja. He might be cooked, but we're gonna talk about that in this video. I'm gonna make a separate video for Joshua Van because you know it's my Pookie Bear. Love you, Joshy. But let's start off with this fight right here. The man said it, manifested it, and he did it. And he made it look too easy. Charles Oliveira got slumped. He went to the shadow realm. Ilya Taporia is the scariest man in the entire MMA. In the entire world right now. This man slept Volkanovski, slept Max Holloway, and slept Oliveira. 3 legends of the sport. He's collecting them like infinity stones. I don't know who the next 2 are. His next fight is probably going to be against... I think Dana White said it's not going to be Patty, so maybe they give Armin the shot. I hope. I don't know. But Ilya Taporia, my Pookie Bear, my GOAT, is unstoppable. Charles Oliveira did nothing in this fight. He should not even be in that octagon. It should have been Armin Tsarukyan because Taporia made it look too easy. Like, way too easy. He literally went out there. He out-grappled Charles Oliveira. He got out of, like, positions that Charles Oliveira, you know, the leg lock. Charles had him in the leg lock, and he just got out of it. The moment he told them to stand up, all rise, it was over. Mind you, before they went to the ground, he already had cut Charles with a jab or whatever, but the moment he told Charles to go up, he lands this nasty right, or I don't know, bro. He just lands this nasty 1-2, and Charles literally dies. We witnessed a murder in the octagon, and I love Charles Oliveira. Deep, like a little bit inside me, I was like, damn, that man got slept nasty. But who's stopping Ilya Taporia? Like, if Makhachev doesn't come down after losing to JDM, I don't see anybody stopping Ilya Taporia. That man is nasty. There's a reason why he's probably 3rd in pound for pound, or maybe, you know, we need to start putting respect on Pantoja. But we get it, bro. I get it. Ilya Taporia is the GOAT. My Pookie Bear is unstoppable. I don't even know who he fights next. Please, if you're gonna make the Patty fight, make it in Spain. Make it in Spain, because he's gonna knock out Patty within the first minute, because we all know Patty leaves his chin wide open, and this man right here, Taporia, will catch him. So I don't think they're gonna do Patty like that. Maybe since they hate Armin so much, maybe they're like, hey, Armin Tsarukyan, you want to give it a shot? But Armin looked scared. That man's face, he looked petrified. Like, he went like this, but he was scared. He was scared. You know, everybody's scared of this man, Ilya Taporia. He is the boogeyman of this sport, of this division now. He is scary. He is the most fun to watch, though. I can literally watch. No, I can watch all of Ilya's fights on YouTube now. They have the last 3 fights, including the Olivivera one. They just put it on YouTube. Go check it out right now. They literally just put it on YouTube because they were just like, what are we gonna do? Ilya Taporia is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. He's my GOAT. He is unstoppable. But let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next one. We have Alessandro Pantoja versus Kai Kara France. We can now say it. Alessandro Pantoja is the flyweight GOAT. I don't care how many title defenses Mighty Mouse has. I don't care if he has wins over Benavidez. I don't care if he has a win over Henry Cejudo. Alessandro Pantoja has cleaned up this division, has submit every single person, has finished almost everybody in this division, dude. The way he just went out there and submit Kai Kara France, bro. And shout outs to Kai Kara France for literally fighting out there, fighting that rear naked choke that we all knew once it locks in, it's over. It's like an alligator snapping at your arm. You're done. Alessandro Pantoja is the flyweight GOAT. This man's beaten Brandon Royval twice. He's beaten Brandon Moreno twice. He's beaten Kai Kara France twice. Like obviously, Joshua Van's next. And I am petrified. I am petrified because I know Joshua Van does not have good takedown defense like that. And I'm scared Pantoja is going to go out here and get this man's neck and submit him. And I don't need that happening. So please, Dana White, for my mental state right now, because I was so happy watching Joshua Van beat Royval, even though Royval is one of my favorite fighters too. Make Pantoja fight Merab for the bantamweight belt. Joshua Van versus Brandon Moreno for the interim belt. Joshua Van wins, he gets the interim belt, and I'm happy. The whole MMA community's happy. Just please do that for me, because I cannot witness my boy getting submitted by Pantoja. But you know, Pantoja's the GOAT. Let's talk about Joshua Van and Brandon Royval, because guess what? Fight of the night. Dana White gave show and win money to Royval, because we have not had exciting fights like this. This was fight of the night, fight of the year. Nicholas Mora versus Nazim, throw that out the window. This was fight of the year. The way these two went to bang at each other, bro. No Frank Ocean, no Peyton Talbot, no Diddy. But the way these two banged it out in the octagon. Them boys were scrapping like if their lives meant it. This right here felt like this was for the flyweight title compared to what we saw after this. But Joshua Van, dude, what a story, man. This man's only been in the UFC for 2 years. He's on a 5-fight win streak after losing to Charles Johnson. Beats the *1 contender in Brandon Royval. And this was a close fight. But as soon as I saw this man drop Brandon Royval in the 3rd round, I knew it. And I predicted this fight. I was like, it's gonna go to a decision, but Joshua Van, he's just one of the best boxers in the flyweight division. He's the best boxer in the flyweight division. Pantoja's the best grappler in the division. Well, Pantoja's the GOAT. He's the best of all time. But man, this was one of the best fights I've ever seen in so long. Flyweight division is the best division in the UFC. It has the best fight. I've been saying this. Like, go watch my flyweight video that doesn't even have as many views as it should. I literally said in that video, this is one of the best divisions in the UFC. Whenever these short little midget guys come out here to scrap, fast paced, high level, fun. That's the flyweight division, and this was one of the best fights. This was one of the best fights in flyweight history. Put it down in the history books, man. If this was a 5-round fight, brother, the MMA gods blessed us, but 3 rounds was enough, bro. I'm still sad Brandon Royval lost because he's one of my favorite fighters, but Joshua Van, my Pookie Bear, congratulations, but you might be cooked. But you know what? We're gonna celebrate. And go work with Merab on takedown defense, please. On to the next one. Renato Moicano versus Beneil Dariush. Yeah. I picked Renato Moicano to win this fight. If you want to see my picks, I did them on TikTok. I don't really do them here on YouTube because I get no views. But yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see picks. Maybe if I get to 1,000, you know, I'll do picks. But you know, whatever. But Neil Dariush, he went out there and he did what he needed to do. Because in the first round, you know, he was doing great in the striking. He was winning in that first round. It was the moment that, you know, Moicano dropped Dariush that Dariush said, all right, it's time to switch up the game plan. I'm not going to be striking with this guy. And he did what he needed to do. He went out there, out wrestled Moicano in the second round. Nasty work by Dariush, dude. But then the third round, dude, really showed how old these guys were, because these guys were gassed. I mean, gassed. Like, Dariush was tired. Moicano was tired to the point where his arms were like down and he was just chucking punches and they were not landing good. But Dariush went out there and out grappled him again in the third round, and he won this fight, dude. Dariush, man, as old as he is still elite like that. I don't know what his next fight is, because obviously he lost to Armin, lost to Olivivera. I guess Gagey? I don't know, bro, but what a good fight. Renato Moicano, damn, that was a really bad loss, dude. I really thought you were going to come out here and beat Dariush, and you almost did, but that was sad. That was really sad to see. But great win by Dariush. There's not much to talk about this fight. This one, though, oh my god. Frank Ocean's boyfriend gets the win. One thing I gotta say about Felipe Lima, I said it on my TikTok. I said he has the talent and the potential to be great, but he does not have the IQ. He went out here trying to be like the next Gamer Gamera, trying to go for some of the slickest takedown attempts, overthrowing and getting himself into some positions that I was like, what are you doing? But look, shout outs to Pento Tobit. He improved and he showed his takedown defense, and he's now back with the win, and he now has hype. That's what the UFC needed. That's what he needed. Felipe Lima, you're not trash, you're just not smart. Instead of you trying to like go for a crazy takedown, just go for a simple, you know, double leg, a simple single leg. You're out here doing too much, and the reason why he lost was because he was doing too much. Instead of throwing a simple 1-2 that was landing on Talbot, this man wanted to throw a spinning back fist. And it was, and yes, he said, oh, Peyton Talbot's power, like, then be the smart one. No, you're not smart, but be, you know, a decent grappler, bro. Go out there and go for a single leg or a takedown and try and hold him. But yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, Peyton Talbot was a little bit too big for Felipe Lima, and definitely was out striking Felipe Lima on the feet, and he just looked really good out there, dude. I'm happy Peyton Talbot got a win. We all thought he was done, not all of us, but most of us. But I'm glad Peyton Talbot's now in the win column. Set up that fight against Adrian Yanez, you know. I think it's time. That's a really good fight. He's been wanting that fight for a while. Let's get that fight done. On to the prelims, brother. I know Ilia Topuria committed a murder, but so did Gregory Rodriguez. He landed a nasty left hook on Jack Hermansson's chin that flatlined him. And then he follows it up with one of the most nastiest hammer fists, just one, to just put him out cold, to the point where the broadcast team was literally telling us the health situation on Jack Hermansson, because it was pretty bad. He was still out of it. And, you know, old man Hermansson, we thought he died. But Gregory Rodriguez, great win, bro. He needs, you know, he's going up in the rankings, man. He's just more dangerous out there. He has really good grappling, really good striking. He was a lot patient. He found his shot, demolished Hermansson, and he gets the win. Good job by Gregory Rodriguez, bro. Hyder Emil versus Jose Miguel Delgado. Delgado just, he lands the nastiest knee. You know, he lands a nasty knee. Drops Hyder Emil. They were saying it was early, it wasn't. Hydermia was still out of it when he got up on the feet. Great win by Jose Delgado. He just took Hydermia's O, and you know, I don't know who to give him, but he's really good. Really good striking. Can't wait to see his next fight. My baby girl Tracy Cortez. Oh my gosh, she looks really good in this photo. Jesus. My baby girl Tracy Cortez. 3 rounds of, grappling, cameramans. They got the angles that we wanted. She got the job done. Viviana Andrao, she's just not it. She was saying that Cortez was like grabbing the gloves or whatever, hooking the gloves. I don't know if she was, but great win by Viviana. I mean, not Viviana. Fuck Viviana. Great win by Tracy Cortez, my baby girl. I cannot wait to see you again in that booty in the octagon. Make Tracy Cortez against Macy Barber. I think that's a great fight. Especially for Macy Barber, we get like the Gooner fight. Macy Barber, titty implants looks good now, and obviously our queen Tracy Cortez. So yeah, great win by Tracy Cortez. She went out there and she did what she needed to do. Terrence McKenna versus Vyacheslav Borchev. That was quick. McKenna shoots for a takedown, gets the neck of Borchev, had like a guillotine, then turned into like a darce or whatever, and then he had top mount guillotine, and that's when Borchev, Borchev is not really a grappler, he's a striker. That's why we kind of, and McKenna has good wrestling, trained with Michael Chiesa when he was in high school. We knew McKenna was going to go out there and finish Borchev. He finished him with the grappling. Great win by McKenna. He kills cans. That's why he's in the UFC. Anybody way better than him, he gets smoked. We move on. Jacob Smith versus Nico Price. Great win by Jacob Smith. He should have knocked out Nico Price on the feet. It's kind of like a bad look, knowing that Robbie Lawler landed an uppercut and knocked out Nico Price. Was it, did Nico Price throw it away for him? Maybe, but Jacob Smith did what he needed to do. Got the rear naked choke. Submitted Nico Price, He still got to finish. He's still young. I don't know what's next for Jacob Smith, but he still looked good out there and he did his thing. Nico Price, Dodo Bird, retire. And for the first fight of the night, Jonathan Denise versus Alvin Hines. This is probably one of the worst male fights on the card. We expected Jonathan Denise to knock this guy out, and he couldn't. That's pretty bad. But he still gets the dub. Deals with the striking, whatever. We're screwed. We don't care about that. What we care about, man, is just that this was one of the best cards of all time, bro. This main card delivered, especially these 3 fights right here. These 3 fights delivered. Fight of the night. He's the GOAT of his division, and he's just the GOAT right now. But I'm JNeps MMA. Like and subscribe. Go follow my shorts channel. Go follow my TikTok and Instagram. It's all linked in the bio. I'm out.